Meet Jose Luis. Now meet Jack. These are their families: the Gomez family and the Lewis family. Sadly, you're right. Jack is most likely to succeed. If we compare their family income, we can see that the Gomez family, who belongs to the working class, makes below $30,000 a year, while Jack's family, who is part of the upper middle class, makes about $70,000 to $100,000 a year. Jose's designated elementary school is Gardner Elementary, which is located in a poorer area of San Jose. Its students are primarily minorities who come from low-income families, just as Jose. This school has very low success rates due to the very few resources students receive and the teacher performance rates. Jack, on the other hand, will attend Forest Hill Elementary, which is located in the Campbell area. This school has very high success rates due to its very successful distribution of funds in the various academic departments, meaning that he will most likely succeed, while Jose Luis will struggle. Though Jose and Jack's experiences are not real-life examples, these are common issues that appear across the country and affect low-income students, as they are more likely to attend similar schools as Jose.
Purposes of education.
One high school here in Harlem, who asked us not to be named, has a graduation rate of 40% compared to the 63% of the citywide average. Just a few blocks away, at one elementary school in the same neighborhood, only 3% of its students perform at grade level English and 9% at grade level math. These two schools and these figures are just two of the 22 that will possibly be shut down due to lack of funding and low performance.
This has led me to question the effects of the poor distribution of funds and fund cuts and their effects on students who attend low-income schools. In 2001, President Bush, alongside Congress, passed the No Child Left Behind Act. This was an attempt at an education reform and was established to help aid disadvantaged students in their school career. After this act was passed, there were still no changes in the allocation of funds and resources, and schools still experienced fund cuts. Because of this, there was still an unequal playing field among students, and the most affected are those who attend low-income schools, just as Jose. Data reveals that schools who receive federal Title I money to serve disadvantaged students spend less on teachers and other personnel than schools who don't receive that money at all. This goes to show that the money being granted to low-income schools is not being used adequately, and our low-income schools and families coming from the bottom quartile will continue to suffer until this is fixed. This infographic shows that only 12% of students coming from the bottom quartile will graduate from college in comparison to 73% coming from the top quartile. After having conducted research, I learned that not only does this mean students are less likely to succeed in the classroom, but their lives outside of the school are also affected, as this inequity may also trigger the school-to-prison pipeline. Because of the fund cuts, school staff have been impacted to the point where more expulsions and suspensions have resulted. These cuts overburden counselors and stress teachers. And these excessive practices have resulted in the suspension, expulsions, and arrests of tens of millions public school students, especially students of color. In order to find possible solutions, I decided to interview David Berliner, a professor at Arizona State University and co-author of the article titled "Unequal School Funding in the United States." He helped answer some of my questions regarding ways to fix or mitigate this issue. He mentions, In summary, he mentions that tax policies should be designed to help rather than hurt the lower and middle class and their schools. This will allow for better resources in these schools and trigger better performance.